Today we're talking about the newly announced Nvidia GPUs, how Halo is helping Splitgate, and more. To kick off CES, Nvidia announced its newest GPU, the RTX 3090 Ti, or Ti, but I like saying Ti, which has 24 gigabytes of GDDR6X VRAM at 21 gigabytes per second, making it faster than the RTX 3090. During a presentation, Nvidia management called the GPU a monster and boasted that it will have 40 teraflops of performance compared to the 36 teraflops for the RTX 3090. It also has 78 teraflops for ray tracing and 320 teraflops for AI tasks. Don't you just love the word teraflops? No? Just me? Okay. Nvidia didn't share any of the key details for the RTX 3090 Ti, like its price or release date, but for comparison, the RTX 3090 launched at $1,500. Nvidia says to expect more information about the RTX 3090 Ti next month during an event. Nvidia also announced the RTX 3050, which launches later this month for just $250, cheaper than Nvidia's RTX 3060, although it's not likely that you'll find a card for that price. The company said users will be able to play modern titles with ray tracing at over 60 frames per second using the RTX 3050, although at 1080p and not 4K. The RTX 3050 will include 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory, a sizable amount considering its relatively low MSRP. Comparatively, AMD's new RX 6500 costs just $200, which will likely struggle with ray tracing any games at 1080p and only sports 4 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory. Now let's move right along from hardware to some software. The arena shooter Splitgate drew immediate comparisons to old school Halo multiplayer when it released in beta last summer. But while the release of Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer could have been an existential threat for Splitgate, 1047 co-founder Ian Prue thinks it might have actually helped the game's popularity. Prue told The Loadout that he was never worried about Halo eating into Splitgate's sales, and in fact, Halo seems to have given Splitgate a nice boost on PlayStation. Prue said that the Splitgate player count on PlayStation has gone up since Halo Infinite launched in November, possibly suggesting that PlayStation owners went looking for a similar arena shooter experience. Prue said, quote, "I'm actually glad Halo Infinite is out. I honestly think that in the long run, Halo Infinite and Splitgate will help each other. I think that there's just so much noise and so many battle royales right now, and these two games are bringing people over to the arena shooter genre." And now, let's talk about Game Pass. Microsoft has announced the first wave of Game Pass titles for 2022, and the company is kicking off the new year with a bang. Game Pass titles available today, January 4th, include the hand-drawn puzzle game Gorogoa, as well as the Castaway game Aurelia, and the 2.5D side-scroller The Pedestrian. On January 6th, Game Pass will add Mass Effect Legendary Edition for Game Pass Ultimate subscribers on console and PC. Additionally, January 6th marks the launch of the multiplayer fire-focused game Ember, while the acclaimed action-adventure game Outer Wilds arrives that day as well. January 13th will see the roguelike Spelunky 2 launch, as well as 4-player first-person shooter The Anacrusis, which is a day one release and will initially be available in game preview. 2 days later, on January 15th, a handful of games are leaving Game Pass, like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Pandemic. If only the real Pandemic could leave on the 15th. Also, don't forget you can claim January's PlayStation Plus games right now. These titles include Dirt 5, Deep Rock Galactic, and Persona 5 Strikers. All of these games will be available until February 1st. So go claim them right now, and we'll see you tomorrow.